Hello friends, welcome to our channel English Literature Zone. Today we will discuss The Second Coming by William Butler Yeats, and this is in the optional paper of PPSC English Language and Literature. And this is also useful for all those students who are appearing for NET, SET and who are the students of graduation and post-graduation. So let's start. The Second Coming by William Butler Yeats is also an important poem. Yeats was a great poet, a playwright, as well as an eminent member of Irish literary revival. He was the first Irishman to be awarded Nobel Prize. The Second Coming, written by William Butler Yeats, is an outcome of terrifying picture and bloodshed that happened in his own country, Ireland. And it was also the result of Irish Civil War as well as the result of First World War that happened in 1914 to 1919. So, what was the condition of the whole world? That was a very effective matter for the poet. So he mentioned in his poem The Second Coming, which includes both the aspects, the terrifying, the terrorisms that were happening at that time in his own country as well as in the world. So, the poem is the result of a state of mind and that is troubled with ominous forebodings. Somehow, it's giving the picture of the state of mind that is troubled with the terrorism of Ireland that happened during those periods and of the world. And this was a hope of the poet after World War I for new incarnation, and so he has written this poem. It was also a great dramatist and metaphysical poet. Like T.S. Eliot, he was also the beginner of 20th century poetry. Sir Ivor Evans says in his one of book A Short History of English Literature, he says it stands out as the greatest poetical figure of the first half of the 20th century of a stature beyond controversy. So this is the statement given by Sir Ivor Evans for Yeats, for his greatness which has been depicted by his poems, by his works. The Second Coming by Yeats is a lyrical poem and it is of 22 lines and it is in free verse. The title itself suggests a new manifestation of God to man. As you can see, the heading of the poem is The Second Coming. So there is definitely a new incarnation, a new coming to the world that the poet describes in his poem. The poet says that there must be a new incarnation to come as the Christian era is drawing to close. And he is saying that that is the end of 2000 years of Christianity. So somehow he is saying in his poem that there is a new incarnation that is to be happen in this world. In the first section of the poem, the poet shows the problem of the modern society, which is full of barrenness. He begins the poem with the image of a falcon, and he's saying that this falcon is flying out of the earshot of its human master. And he is comparing civilization with a rotating gyre in this section, in the very first section of the poem, which loses its center as its circumference widens. Similarly, our civilization has no hold on the people, or it has no hold on its purity. Just like gyre, people of this world no longer hold orderly structure. They have lost spiritual value. People of 20th century are advancing towards destruction. According to the poet, our civilization is disintegrating, and he is shifting the poem in this way to a description of anarchy. He is also mentioning the innocent men, and he's saying that they have to be attentions and they have to face the melancholic condition of the world. And he is also giving a glimpse of weakening of the Christianity and how Christian religion is weakening day by day in its 20th century. It's in second stanza seems very optimistic as he visualizes the second coming, he hopes that a new incarnation will come. A vast image flashes across his mind and coming out from spiritus mundi, or it is also you can call it as the collective spirit, or you can name it a soul of the universe. It has the body of a lion and head of a man, like Egyptian sphinx, and his eyes are pitiless like the sun. It's merciless. In the end, he asks a rhetorical question which really amounts to a prophecy that the beast is on its way to Bethlehem, that is the birthplace of Jesus Christ, and to be born into the world. That beast, that rough beast, is on its way. To sum up the poem, the whole poem in the end, the first stanza shows the vision of the destruction of the world and the prophecy of cruelty and agony. And then the poet goes on portraying the picture of new incarnation, that is the rough beast, and it is to come to replace Christianity in the second section. And in the last, he says that then the ideal time to leave would be when the two gyres, when he says that when the two gyres were at the midpoint of change. So then there will be the time when the people would like to leave. That will be the perfect time, the perfect duration for the poet. In this way he ends the poem. And please friends, do like, share and subscribe.